Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I just got like 2 hours earlier free from school than usual, so I've got a lot of time to narrate. So I thought I might as well do that. Standard 4th gen OU as usual, and let's jump into it. This part is a little interesting. I thought that if I sent out my Pokemon first in the animation, then my Pokemon was gonna be faster, like with the leftovers trick, but apparently not. So I was thinking that he was gonna be having a Scarf Togekiss because there's no other reason to lead with it, but I just thought that. Thankfully, I don't flinch and I get a crit, so I get to take out his Togekiss really early. I'm sorry for that, bro, but what can you do? He sends in his Bronzong, and I just go for a Hydro Pump just to get as much damage as I possibly can. I miss, which kind of makes up for the crit, and then he goes for Earthquake. That doesn't even kill me. So I would have gotten 2 hits off, but now I only got 1. But that's all right. I saw how little one Hydro Pump did, so that made me think that that's a special wall Bronzong. So I go out into my Marcham because I know that I'll be able to take it out in 1 hit. And since Marcham is really slow, but Bronzong is even slower, so I know I will outspeed. And in comes the Jirachi, and I don't want my Marcham to get hacked to death just yet. So I go out into Heatran, which is a pretty good counter to Jirachi, and I go for the Earth Power, predicting a switch. And I knew it'd be super effective anyway, so I go for that, and he goes for an Ice Punch, predicting me to switch into a Ground type, predicting him to go for a T-Wave or something. I really don't know what the thought was about that was, but I don't know. But it didn't really work out for him, so I switch out. He switches out into the Zapdos because he wants to save his Jirachi, and I got into MukeryRulezz, my Machamp. Obviously I'm not gonna stay in Sip, so I'm Scarfed, and I'm locked into Earth Power. So I go out into him, and I go for the Ice Punch. I kind of wanted to predict the switch into Jirachi, but I didn't feel like I could really risk it. Whisk it, I was about to say, but he switches into Jirachi again, and it doesn't die from the Ice Punch, which is annoying as hell, because now I have to deal with it another way. So I go out into my my Metagross because I didn't want him predicting my switch into my Heatran. So I go into that because I know that I will be able to take a couple of hits from this Jirachi, unless it has hidden power ground, of course, and I'll get up my Stealth Rocks, which is what happens. So now next time his Zapdos comes in, I'm gonna get a lot of damage on it. But here I went for an Explosion, and he went for another Ice Punch, predicting my switch. I have no idea what the fuck is up with those random Ice Punches, but I just go for the Explosion because maybe he wanted to switch into his Zapdos to go for some Heat Waves, predicting me to go for an Earthquake, and I wasn't really sure if a Meteor Mash would kill, so I just went for the Explosion. And yeah, it's a double down. So I set up my Hercules again. I'm predicting his switch into Zapdos, because that's the only thing he's got left that I have seen already. And he doesn't. He switches in a Scizor, which goes for the Sword Stance as I get off, and a Dynamic Punch, which does a lot to it. So I'm pretty sure that's and that's an offensive Sword Stance with max speed, max attack Scizor. But I was hoping that he'd hit himself in confusion this time, and he does. He doesn't take himself out, but I can't take him out with a Dynamic Punch afterwards. So that's nice. I don't think that he hit with himself in confusion did matter too much, since I have other guys that would have been able to take that thing on. So no problem. He goes for a T-Bolt with the Zapdos here. He gets a paralyze. T-Bolt doesn't do so much, but he gets a paralysis. I'm not too worried though, because I do have rest on this Machamp, and I go for the Ice Punch, and here I'm gonna go for a rest. just in case he decided to go for another T-bolt, or if I got parahaxed. No wait, that wouldn't even have mattered. But if he decided to go for another T-bolt, he'd be a low health, and I get all my health back. He goes for the roots, but I'm glad I didn't go for the ice punch there, because he would have only taken half the damage that he did before, since roost removes your flying type. So I get off my rest, get up to full. He goes for a T-bolt. His T-bolts aren't doing too much, so I'm feeling pretty good staying in here, as long as he does not as long as he doesn't get any crits. So I go for the sleep talk, because this is a rest talking sorry, rest talking Machamp with ice punch and D punch. It works very well, as you can see here. But I sleep talk twice and I get rest twice, which is kind of unfortunate. Even a dynamic punch would have been nice to you know, get the confusion hacks on him, or not the hacks, but at least the confusion. So I know that I can take 3 T-bolts after all the leftovers, so I live at 20, which is really low. I think I got max damage on the last one or something. But I get to rest again, and I get up to full, so it's not a problem, and I can just rest and sleep talk until I get some some attacking moves. And I don't really know why he keeps on staying in, because if it had been me, I would have switched out immediately, because I would have known that I could not win this war. But I guess he was banking on the crit. So he goes for T-bolt. I go for sleep talk. I get dynamic punch this time, so I get him confused, which is nice. And this next turn, he's actually gonna hit himself in the confusion, which means that I'm gonna get a free turn, and that free turn is actually gonna end up being an ice punch as a sleep talk, which is nice, because that's actually gonna take him out, I think. And yes, it does. So that's really good. My Machamp's almost at full health, as he took out the Zapdos, and in comes the Starmie, which he should have switched in earlier, because it resists both of my moves, and he could have gone for some Hydro Pumps, but I don't know what was up with that. But maybe it's because I had Rocks up and he didn't want to take Rock Switch, and I don't know. But he goes for a Hydro Pump. It almost takes me out, because he is alive, or probably modest Starmie, since it did that much. But I live it, and I get the confusion hacks off on it with a dynamic punch, and he hits himself here, and I get another dynamic punch off on him, and that's gonna be a good game. That last confusion hacks probably did not matter, since I had almost all of my guys left. I had Scarfed Heatran who could have easily revenge killed. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.